I gathered with friends to play a murder mystery game. 3 days after it ended, I was notified one friend had been poisoned. Before I could recover from the panic, a second friend drowned in the school pond. I began to realize the game's plot was unfolding in real life. When the game first became popular, I and 3 close friends were obsessed. We played about once a week until last week, when news spread that Wang Lingling had been poisoned. She drank paraquat and died before reaching the hospital. The school cooperated with police for a while. They ruled it a suicide. Case closed, but I didn't believe Wang Lingling would kill herself. She and her boyfriend were deeply in love, planning to marry after graduation. The breakup rumor was pure nonsense. To find the real killer, I began investigating secretly. My first suspect was her roommate Ling King. Since enrollment, the 3 of us had gotten along well. However, between Wang Lingling and Ling King, there had been an undeniable conflict. Wang Lingling's boyfriend was taken from Ling King. Ling King always acted indifferent, and I thought she truly didn't care, until one time I happened to see Ling King stabbing a doll in the bathroom. The doll resembled Wang Lingling. She had a motive. Since Wang Lingling's death, Ling King had been leaving early and returning late. I finally managed to confront her. I heard you're dating Wang Lingling's boyfriend. She's been gone only a short time. How can you face her? Ling King retorted, what law says I can't be with someone I love? What about morality then? Facing her question, I was speechless. Wang Lingling knew Ling King had secretly loved that guy for a year, yet she still snatched him away. Indeed, no morals. But that's no reason to kill. So you killed her? I did not. I swear to heaven, if I poisoned her, may I die a horrible death. She swore so earnestly that I doubted my own suspicions. But shortly after that conversation, Ling King truly died a horrible death. As the school swim team captain, a national-level swimmer, she drowned in the pond because her foot got caught in weeds. Her death was utterly unbelievable. I was shocked beyond words. Before I could process the news, the police came to me. They had made a major discovery. Lilan Feng was being interrogated. Unlike his usual confident demeanor, his face looked terrible. Pale as a ghost, I realized something was wrong. Could their deaths be linked to Lilan Feng? Were you all close to the victims? Did you often play murder mystery games together? The police asked. I nodded. Initially there were 5 players, but one was so bad. He always got caught first, so gradually 5 became 4. When was your last game? Describe the plot. 2 weeks ago. It was set in medieval Europe. A bankrupt nobleman killed his brothers for inheritance using various methods. The first to die was the eldest brother, poisoned by rat poison. The second was pushed into a pond and drowned. The third was electrocuted. The fourth survived because the killer was found. That was our last game. I remembered it vividly. After I finished, the interrogators stayed silent. The quiet was terrifying. I could hear everyone's heartbeat. The police officer looked strange. He laid out several photos. The first photo showed Wang Lingling poisoned. The second showed Ling King drowned in the pond. Their deaths matched the plot of our last game exactly. It was too much of a coincidence. Following this logic, one of you might be next. The officer's unfinished sentence sent chills down my spine. Lilan Feng couldn't accept it. His face went pale, sweat pouring. He kept repeating, we never offended anyone. We just played games together. Why would someone want us dead? It's just speculation, but these 2 cases are too coincidental. We must stay vigilant. Lilan Feng sighed heavily and nodded tremblingly. I nodded along. According to the game's plot, the third person died by electrocution. During this period, we must stay away from anything electric. Get through this time. See if it's coincidence or a real serial killer. When my boyfriend Gubai learned of this, he immediately had me move into his apartment to protect me. Gubai wasn't just my boyfriend. He was also the one who taught me the game. When it first became popular, I was terrible but loved it. I was so bad that few people wanted to play with me. Gubai couldn't stand it and taught me. That's how I improved. Under Gubai's protection, I survived a week safely. During that week, I contacted Lilan Feng daily to ensure his safety, but the unexpected still happened. On Saturday evening, Lilan Feng was electrocuted at the school's electrical box after playing basketball with friends. His foot cramped as he passed the box. He fell onto it, which happened to be leaking electricity. His friends had no time to save him, watching helplessly as he was burned alive. Everyone from that script murder game, except me, has met with disaster. Police ruled it a premeditated serial killing, and him next. In that script murder game, we caught the killer, only the last one could survive. In reality, police have no leads, not even suspects. Do I still have a chance to live? My mental state was terrible then. I couldn't tell my parents, so I stayed at Gubai's apartment. Living in constant fear, police connected all clues and decided to find the script's author. They investigated the author, suspecting they were recreating the murder game in real life. The author was called June Sky. Beyond that, they didn't even know if it was a man or woman. Gubai's face went pale at the name. Her hand trembled as she held mine. After police left, she locked herself in her study from afternoon until 11 p.m. without eating or drinking. When I brought supper in, she was asleep at her desk. Beside her lay an open book signed June Sky. Why did she have a book by June Sky? Just as I was about to look, Gubai suddenly woke up. She grabbed my wrist with a coldness I'd never seen. Don't move. Her gaze was icy, her grip so strong my fingertips turned red. Her stare made my scalp tingle. Suppressing my fear, I asked. Police asked if we had any scripts by June Sky. You said no. Then what's this? I yanked my hand free and pointed at the script. I found it by chance. When police come, give it to them. In an instant, Gubai's eyes returned to their usual warmth as she handed me the script. I could tell she was angry. She didn't know that on my first day here, I'd read every book in the apartment. I loved books just like her, and I also got nosebleeds, but this book from start to finish, I'd never seen it. Do you know June Sky? Her eyes flickered. The atmosphere froze. Then the doorbell rang, breaking the tension. I sighed in relief and went to open the door. Through the peephole, I saw someone who shouldn't exist. I screamed in shock. Gubai ran out of the study. What's wrong? Who is it? I was too scared to speak. Gubai hugged me and looked through the peephole. She gasped in terror, her eyes wide with fear. Please, open the door. I need to talk to you. The person outside kept ringing the bell. Like death knocking, it was Lai Linfeng. The person outside was Lai Linfeng. Wasn't she electrocuted? Is her ghost back? I clutched Gubai's clothes tightly. My legs went weak. Gubai had recovered. She shouted at Lai Linfeng outside. Who are you? What do you want with Yinian? Lai Linfeng didn't answer. Instead she yelled, Yinian, you're in danger. Come out now. Gubai is a murderous maniac. You're her next target. I instinctively let go of Gubai's clothes. What nonsense are you spouting? Who are you, wearing Lai Linfeng's face? Don't think I'm scared of you. Gubai is June Sky. She printed all those scripts. She secretly left them in the elevator. Whoever picks one up becomes her target. Come out now. Gubai looked at me urgently. Don't believe her. Lai Linfeng was electrocuted. She's using Lai Linfeng's face to scare us, trying to trick you into opening the door so she can kill us. I didn't believe either of them. I decided to call the police. I'm not Lai Linfeng. I'm her twin brother, Ling Hao. Before he died, my brother texted me to come protect you. He said Gubai is the killer. The evidence is the photos on his computer. Wang Lingling slept with him. She took photos of his affair and threatened him to break up with you. He refused, so the killing began. Impossible. Wang Lingling had a boyfriend she was going to marry right after graduation. Gubai promised to love only me. How could those two be together? My head was spinning. I rushed to the computer. A woman's intuition made me open the work folder. Photo after horrifying photo appeared. I shoved the computer away in a frenzy. I glared at Gubai standing at the door. Why did you betray me? His excuse was weak. These photos are all fake, edited. He couldn't even bother with a better lie. I didn't want to hear more. I moved to open the door. The one who killed Wang Lingling and Ling Qing was Lai Linfeng. Gubai grabbed my arm firmly. I don't trust the evidence. I'd rather believe Lai Linfeng's brother than this cheater. Before Wang Lingling died, he came to me, saying Lai Linfeng confessed love but he refused. The next day he was poisoned. That can't be coincidence. Did you two sleep together? He told you Lai Linfeng confessed. We never had any relationship. I only listened because he was in the script murder game. I only heard his boring story. Even at best, Lai Linfeng killed Wang Lingling because he couldn't have her. Then why did Ling King die in the pond? And how did he end up electrocuted? This mystery showed no sign of being solved. Then from the front door came a loud crash. Ling Hao was chopping the door with an axe. Ye wait, I'm coming in to save you. He chopped and shouted, climb out the window first. This is the second floor. There's grass below. Even if you jump, you'll be fine. Gubai pushed me to run quickly. During this time, Gubai feared I'd self-harm from stress, so he stored all sealed knives at a friend's house. The only thing for defense now is a broom. Let's run together. Police need 15 minutes to get here. They might not save you in time. Gubai smiled gently and kissed my forehead. I love you. You must survive. I won't let you be the fourth one. Every word he said was suspicious, but the tense atmosphere kept me from noticing. As the door was chopped wider, I didn't think twice. I jumped from the window and called the police. But the call didn't go through. Gubai gave me his phone. I don't know what he'd set on it. Every number I dialed gave a busy tone. The apartment was remote. No one was around to help. Plus I didn't know the area. Soon I was lost and fled into a huge abandoned building. The eerie environment and wind howling through broken windows scared me so much my legs went weak. I turned on my phone's flashlight to find a way out, but every direction was a dead end. I was trapped. Just as my phone was about to die, a big hand appeared behind me and tapped my shoulder. I was scared out of my wits. I turned around. It was Gubai. He held me and comforted me. It's okay. Don't be afraid. I smelled a strong stench of blood on him. He's left-handed, but he held me with his right arm. I was about to shine my light on him. His strange right hand was holding something. My phone did pitch black everywhere. A suspicious figure stood nearby. I couldn't stay calm. How did you escape? How did you know I was here? Let's not talk about that now. He's been chasing behind me. Let's find a place to hide first. He seemed very familiar with this place, even in darkness. He didn't bump into any obstacles and smoothly pulled me upstairs. Shouldn't we go downstairs? And your phone can't make calls at all. What we need to do is find the police. Keep your voice down. He seems to have followed us. The sharp sound of an axe scraping the wall came from below. I shut up immediately. Yinian, come out. This is the powder Gubai picked for you. Is he taking you upstairs? There's a huge glass jar filled with formaldehyde up there. He plans to preserve you alive in it. The ringing echoed continuously between these two people's words. Which one was true? I shoved Gubai away and ran. Gubai grabbed my long hair and said in a fierce voice, are you betraying me too? Didn't we agree to complete a script murder game together? You're the leading lady. You can't run. What madness was she talking about? Even in total darkness, I could feel Gubai's manic gaze. I grabbed Gubai's hand and bit her hand hard. She yelped in pain and flung me aside. Ignoring the pain, I quietly got up. Come back. Gubai quickly chased after me. I didn't know the way. I stumbled along the way, falling and bruising all over, as Gubai's voice grew closer. I had to hide in a corner. The footsteps in the darkness kept closing in. I covered my head, not daring to move. The faint smell of blood lingered around my nose. My heartbeat raced. I could feel someone very close. A big hand reached out. Before I could scream, the person covered my mouth. He whispered in my ear, it's me, Zero. I didn't dare move, unsure if she could be trusted. On the other side, Gubai couldn't find anyone, and walked in another direction. Just as I relaxed, an axe pressed against my neck. The cold blade pressed tightly against the artery in my neck. I held my breath in terror. My body went stiff. Did you two kill my brother together? Zero demanded in a low voice. I didn't. I swallowed hard, gripping my phone. Who wrote that script? Was it you or Gubai, or both of you together? Zero was agitated. The rotten blade had already cut my skin. With slight pressure, I did die under it. Calm down. I'm a victim too. I'm sorry about your brother's death. Don't worry. I'll catch your brother's killer. I had to play along. Pointless death isn't worth it. She fell silent, then spoke in a sorrowful voice. Before he died, my brother told me to take care of you. Said you were his favorite girl. Lai Linfeng liked me. Unlike Gubai's gentleness, he was cheerful and sunny. But he wasn't my type. I saw him as a friend. My words made Zero lower the blade. If you said you loved my brother now, I'd chop you without hesitation. I hate lying women. Moonlight pierced the clouds, illuminating our corner. Gubai's face appeared above us, crouching on the broken windowsill, staring darkly. Am I interrupting? Lin Hao reacted first, grabbing me and running. Only then did I see Gubai's left hand holding a machete, at least 50 centimeters. It gleamed coldly in the moonlight, blood-stained. No wonder when she found me. She didn't hold me with her left arm, her dominant hand held the blade. If I'd gone upstairs and hadn't jumped into the formaldehyde tank as told, she'd have used that machete. Why couldn't she reach my phone? She never intended to let me call the police. She knew I didn't know the roads. She let me run alone. With my terrible sense of direction, I'd likely end up in this abandoned building. How did she track me so precisely? Her phone was with mesh, could locate me anytime. Wait, how did Lin Hao know about the formaldehyde upstairs? When did she start investigating Gubai? Investigating that deeply, she should have known I wasn't an accomplice. Why threaten me? What was her intention? Before I could think, Lin Hao dragged me up to the second floor. Unlike the ruined first floor, the second floor had painted walls, brighter under the moonlight. In the center stood a 2-meter glass tank filled with a known liquid formaldehyde Lin Hao mentioned. Suddenly I remembered the final scene of the script murder, the fourth victim dismembered. Soaked in formaldehyde, Gubai caught up, her face different from usual. Twisted and insane. A soft "be good, come here." Her voice so gentle, her smile so sinister. I stepped back, shaking my head desperately. One more step and the game ends. Your wish will be fulfilled. Gubai was truly insane, waving the machete. How could I be a murderer? Are you crazy? I shouted. Gubai tilted her head and grinned. You told me you wanted to play script murder, preferably with everyone dead. You'd be the winner. I meant the game, not reality. I don't care. One more death ends the game. If you don't die, Lin Hao will. Gubai walked toward Lin Hao with a machete. Lin Hao's axe looked pitifully small against it. Just as I thought they'd tear each other apart, they both stopped suddenly. They looked up at me in unison. Yinian, I'm begging you. Go die. Only your death makes the game perfect. Gubai said the most terrifying words in the gentlest voice. You're the June Sky, aren't you? Lin Hao's axe pointed at me. The two who were at odds now turned their weapons on me. Had they conspired from the start, playing cat and mouse? Just to torment me beyond endurance before I died. Gubai let me run first, probably waiting for me to leave, then reconciling with Lin Hao to torture me together. I'm not the June Sky. Can't you see it yet? Gubai is the mastermind behind these murders. He killed Wang Linlin to cover up their affair. Murder needs covering up. So he used the script murder plot to make everyone think like the game, pointing suspicion at the author. He could escape justice, I explained desperately, but Lin Hao was possessed, refusing to listen. Convinced I was the June Sky, he'll avenge my brother. Lin Hao charged with the axe. In an instant, a cold flash blood splattered across the white wall. My eyes widened in terror, mouth agape. As Lin Hao charged, Gubai's machete struck his back, nearly severing his spine. Lin Hao lay on the ground, unable to move, eyes wide with rage. Gubai stared at him coldly. The woman I love. How could I let you kill her? If anyone kills her, it'll be me. He's insane. He really is a madman. My legs gave way from fear. He walked over and grabbed my hair, dragging me toward the glass jar. No, let my dad go. I beg you. I pleaded desperately, but he was unmoved as he dragged me near the glass jar. Police sirens suddenly blared around us. Gubai's phone truly couldn't make calls. But I'd made an agreement with the police earlier, send a safety signal every hour. This hour I hadn't. So the police would naturally send people to find me. With surveillance cameras everywhere now, it'd be easy to locate me. It'd take them about 5 minutes. Those 5 minutes were my golden window. The police are here. Turn yourself in. You might get a reduced sentence. I urged him. He looked dazed, as if unaware of what he was doing. His voice broke as he said, I'll listen to you. Don't abandon me. Seizing that opportunity, I raised my phone and smashed it hard against his head. He collapsed to the ground. I got up and ran. The sound of police boots climbing the stairs grew clearer. I was about to be saved, but just then I sprained my ankle. Gubai caught up and grabbed me. Police rushed up and surrounded us. Gubai held me hostage, backing toward the window. Stay back. or I'll kill him, Gubai roared. The police didn't dare provoke him. They urged him to turn back, to stop going down this path. Gubai's hand froze. His fierce gaze turned confused again. He asked me softly, like a child admitting fault. Did I do something wrong? It's just a game. The people who played died. Isn't that normal? You murder. Are you saying this to win my sympathy? You deserve to die. 1,000 deaths wouldn't be enough. My words enraged him. His eyes turned bloodshot. He raised his machete and swung it straight at my neck. A bullet shot from another rooftop, piercing Gubai's head. The machete clattered to the ground. Gubai died with his eyes wide open. A female officer rushed over and held me. I burst into loud sobs. Moonlight hid behind dark clouds. Everything was pitch black. On the ground, Zero had lost too much blood. Before dying, he mouthed something. In the chaos, no one noticed except me. The serial murder case came to an end. No media reported it. His presence, within just 2 weeks, vanished without a trace. In the hospital, traumatized, I woke from nightmares every night. After 2 weeks of hospitalization and treatment, I gradually recovered, but I still dreamed of Gubai's face. I couldn't forget one quiet afternoon when 2 men, with the doctor's permission, entered my ward for a final interrogation. Did you know Gubai was a severe psychiatric patient? The bald man asked, from his sharp eyes. I could tell he wasn't ordinary, possibly higher rank than a detective. I shook my head. Then did you know his illness had progressed so far he couldn't tell games from reality? I shook my head again. As his girlfriend, didn't you notice anything wrong? Their aggressive tone angered me. We had classes 5 days a week. We only spent weekends together. If I'd known he was sick, I'd have made him get treatment long ago. The man stared into my eyes. According to our investigation, your script murder game group originally had 5 people. That person died in a car crash a year ago. We found the script he played before dying. In that game, he was killed in the first round or so by being hit by a car. I stayed silent. Is it possible that a year ago, someone started using script murder plots to kill and got addicted, delaying until now for the second kill, trying to commit the perfect crime and escape justice? Your boyfriend had a mental illness, which makes him easy to control. As his girlfriend, you had the best opportunity to control him and plan everything. Now that he's dead, there's no evidence against you. The real mastermind walks free. They were suspecting me. I didn't know he had a mental illness, I insisted. If he wasn't being controlled by someone, then he immersed himself in the script murder plot, lost touch with reality, and went down a path of no return. The man's attitude suddenly softened. But is that really what happened? His tone shifted, and his gaze sharpened. In his belongings, we found swapped psychiatric medication. Someone replaced his pills. He'd stopped taking them for a whole year. How could he not have a relapse? You took advantage of that, controlled him, made him your murder weapon, didn't you? Every word was like a knife stabbing into my brain. I clutched my hair desperately and shook my head. No, that's not it. The doctor heard my scream. Seeing my condition, he kicked them out. We still have one piece of evidence. Before Lin Hao died, he said something to you. You thought it was chaos and we didn't record it. Actually, we recorded it clearly. If you want to see, the police have it, Lin Hao said. You're like June weather. I held my head and sobbed. I was truly heartbroken. Heartbroken over losing such an obedient pawn like Gubai, who also exposed himself. Police evidence wasn't enough to prove I was the mastermind. They appealed and lost 3 times in a row without convicting me, but I wasn't happy at all. I staged a perfect real-life version. Murder was my dream, but this ending wasn't perfect at all. The 4th victim should have died by dissection, then soaked in formalin. I lost 3 months later in the industry. I sat alone on the tall bridge. Below was the dark, surging river. The script murder booklet beside me flapped loudly in the wind. Usually at times like this, Gubai would drape a jacket over me and say softly, "You silly fool, stop overthinking." But he was the real fool. He couldn't see I was using him, couldn't see I never truly liked him. We first met at a script murder game. Actually, he was the novice. I brought him along, and the scripts I wrote were brilliant. He said I was amazing, his eyes full of admiration, because my temper was like June weather, changing in an instant. So he gave me a pen name, June Weather. I said, if only my scripts could become reality. When I used the out-of-control car to kill the first person, I didn't feel fear. It was a twisted pleasure. I knew I must be sick, or else I wouldn't feel this way. I went to see a psychiatrist, but ran into Gubai in the same department. I hid. I overheard the doctor tell him that with 6 more months of treatment, he'd recover. He must never stop his medication. Otherwise, it would get worse. He'd lose control of his own mind and do things he couldn't understand. Only then did I learn Gubai was a mental patient, for whatever reason. I didn't see the doctor that day and went straight home. That was the day the devil moved into my heart, the first time I withheld his meds. My heart raced all day. Once became twice, twice became 3 times. Later, I swapped out all his medication without batting an eye. He completely lost control. He became my puppet. I started the script murder game. When Death 010 died, I stood right there, watching Death 010 die before my eyes. Ling King could've died less horribly, but he was a great swimmer. So I knocked him out, tied him with a net in the pool, and drowned him alive. He must have suffered terribly before dying. A swimming expert, yet he ended up drowned. That despair must have been unbearable. Lin Feng would fall onto the rigged electrical box. They said Gubai had applied anesthetic to his calf. It was a foreign drug, fast-acting and fast-fading, even if he hadn't fallen on the box. A second accident would have been arranged. The fourth to die was supposed to be Gubai, but he was too sick to tell reality from the game. Wang Lingling did have an affair with him. I was the one who took those photos. I told him the game had to be real. For my dream, he'd do anything. Before dying, he regained some self-awareness. Otherwise, he wouldn't have looked so confused. But he still chose to complete my dream. That's the whole story behind everything I planned. I recorded all of this. Look, the wind howled. I stood up. I'm going down to keep that fool company. Under the moonlight, I leaped. Sorry, you fool. I'm coming to join you.